Welcome to the wine series from Cain's Piggly Wiggly. I don't know if you've ever been to Cain's Piggly Wiggly. Well, obviously you have. Any of you guys out there and seen how many wines we have? It's fabulous. It is the state's largest retailer of wines. And I think one of the reasons why is we bring people like Winston McQuitery in a lot. And he talks with our people who are selling the wine. So when you get here, you can talk to somebody who gets it. They can help you why you want to go to this wine or that wine. And education, which I've enjoyed doing with you, is what wine's about. I think you're a sommelier.
Yes.
And you were telling me you could probably do this for the next...
I could do it for the next 100 years.
And
I will never know everything it is to know.
Isn't that cool? That's kind of the fun thing about it. If you love learning anything,
Absolutely.
you keep going at it. But wines, you go on. It was like you explained so many different things about why one Pinot is different than this next Pinot, and it's just a blast. So we hope you enjoy just coming to Cain's Piggly Wiggly and talking about wines. It's fun. We've got a lot of them to choose from. Today we're going to talk about Decoy. And it's Chardonnay and wine. We had a lot of fun talking about Chardonnays. As a matter of fact, Chardonnay went through a period where people are like, oh, I don't want to drink a Chardonnay. What's wrong? Tell me, what's the deal with Chardonnay, right?
Well, I would say probably about 10 years ago, everybody was putting out super intense buttery Chardonnays.
Which I love.
Which you love.
Yeah.
Well, of course, wine's trendy. Just like, at one point Merlot was popular.
Yeah.
Well, now it's not.
Yeah. I think the movie killed that.
Yeah, yeah, Sideways.
Yeah. Come on.
So
we had all those buttery ones, and a lot of people didn't like it, and then they started coming with this real fruity.
Yeah. So
which is not my favorite, but I know people who love it.
Right. And the reason I picked this wine today because this is I would call a balanced Chardonnay. So you have some juice that spent time in oak to give it that complexity and roundness and butteriness, and then you have some that spent time in stainless steel to bring out the fruit.
Oh, so that's blended the two.
Yeah, so you blend the two, which happens pretty much in every bottle of wine, unless it's a single vineyard wine.
Yeah.
But in most cases, your everyday wines are going to be blended with something to give
blended. All right, now I was just corrected here. I was calling a blended wine a meritage.
Yeah.
That's not the right way. How do you?
Meritage.
Meritage.
Yes.
So you're marrying the two together. It's the mixing of the wines, whatever.
So think of as your oak wine and your stainless steel wine as seasonings. That's all you're doing. You're seasoning the pot, and then you're stirring up, and you're making this great brew.
The great brew. The Decoy. So that's just neat. I mean, so many people buy bottles of wine, based on how they look.
Absolutely, and
that's cool.
And that's a good-looking bottle. And the Duckhorn series altogether is all waterfowls.
Very cool.
Yeah, so
more knowledge.
You got Canvasback, which is a duck. Then you got the Golden Eye, of course. I'm not sure what kind of duck that is, but I know it's got a duck on the label.
You're a sommelier. You're not a duck.
I'm not a So then you got the Duckhorn label itself, which is founded by Dan and Margaret Duckhorn, and this is their consumer-friendly wine. Let's say that because this is the one that you can get around $20 a bottle versus their premium brand is about $50 to $70 a bottle. So this is more consumer-friendly.
I like that. I like consumer-friendly.
They drive a lot of cases with this, and it's out of Sonoma, which produces great fruit.
Very cool. Had the pleasure of going into Sonoma. I was telling you about that. What a great place that is. Just being out there, the weather, and it's so funny. You go there, and everybody knows about wines out there. The guy who was driving us to the golf course was named Chardonnay, and it was in a vineyard. It was really cool, but amazing. The guy's driving me, and he's telling me about why this hill is better for this kind of wine, or that's and I was like, going, dude, you know this stuff is. Everybody knows this. So it's very cool. So again, I hope you've enjoyed today. Again, come visit us at Cain's Piggly Wiggly. Talk to people like Winston. There's a lot of knowledgeable people. Hopefully as knowledgeable as there is out in Sonoma. But I know you'll find a great bottle of wine at a great price. Thank you again.
Thank you.